Um, Hello. Today I wanted to talk about flow. You can think of it kind of like feng shui for humans, right? Um, as I've alluded to in previous videos, once you attain this higher level of thinking, once you have walked through the veil and you have discovered that there's a whole different version of life on the other side about how you think and about the way you see things and how other people really look towards you, right? To me, the way I view this is I view this as like my daily flow. Excuse me, I was snapping my phone case there. I view this as my daily flow and how I walk through life every day and the things that I do, right? Because I some days I come into contact with tons of people. You know, I've talked to everybody. Everybody talks to me. If I go to the grocery store, I know all of the employees. I've been there so many times. They all know me by name, right? There's certain places that I go every day where people know me, right? And then other days I spend, like today, with just Bay and Sparky all day, right? It doesn't stop me from thinking and moving and doing. When I'm here with Bay or if I'm over at my friend's house, I'm doing something. Here at the house, I'm working on my pewter and thinking about, things to talk to you guys about. I still have a flow to my day, right? It's easy to get tangled up because everybody has their own little flow. Whether you think the way I do it or the way anybody else does, you know what I'm saying? Christians, Muslims, it don't matter who you are. Buddhists, Hindus, we all have a daily flow. Persians, you know what I'm saying? People, right? Baptists, Lutherans, it's all the same. You know what I'm saying? As long as you believe in that higher place, then you're going to flow naturally towards it the way that you think you should. Well, in my little parallel universe here, right, I approach people with an open mind. I'm not one of those people that's trying to catch you in a lie. I believe what you say. I take people at face value because that's how I want to be taken. Because I'm an interesting character to say the least, and a lot of times people are not prepared for me. They're not hobby. I'm very intimidating to certain kind of people in the very beginning. You know how they say the first impression is always the greatest. Well, I tend to make a pretty good impression sometimes in my presence because of the way I think and because of the way I present myself through these thinking patterns. That's my daily flow, and so when I come across somebody who's a little put off or a little caught aback by me, I don't change my personality in order to deal with this person. That's not what this is about. This once you settle into flowing and being connected all the time, every second, and you're here and you're now, right? There's no sense in trying to go back, man. You can't go forward. You're right here. So you got to deal with this person the only way you know how, and that's straight up. Be yourself. Be polite. Be courteous. Be that person that your grandparents raised you to be. And that will improve the way that you see your daily flow, right? This is for those people that work out there in the offices. You know, seeing all you government people or all you insurance people that work downtown at the Chase Bank. I'm talking to all of you people that are up there in the floors and the cubicles, right? Because I'm pretty sure that, being on the same floor in the same 50 cubicles for the last 5 years, I'm pretty sure it's gotten a little raw a few times with some of your co-workers and some of your friends, in the job, right? It's because everybody's job puts a layer of stress on you automatically. As soon as the alarm clock goes off in the morning and you open up your eyes, before you even turn the coffee machine on, you've already laid on the daily layer of stress. And then when you get there, after you have your coffee and you go through your little morning ritual and you get your little routine and you get to the car and you get stuck on the freeway in the same spot every morning, right? You're laying on another layer of stress, right? And now as you get closer and closer to work and you're watching the clock and you're trying to listen to what's his name on the radio, and this guy over here is trying to cut across from you, and that guy up there made some really stupid thing, and everybody slowed down because there's a wreck on the side of the road, because there's always a wreck on the side of the road, right? There's the final layer of stress. Before you even get to work, your daily flow is all screwed up. Right? And so then when you walk in and then the boss hits you, or so-and-so hits you, or Billy hits you, or Susan over there from accounting slams something down, or you open up your machine and you got an email that says, hey, what'd you screw this up for? Oh, man, now you're really going. Because it doesn't matter how many cups of coffee you drink today. It doesn't matter how many times you go down to the candy machine and wish you could get that Milky Way bar, but you don't got $2. Right? Don't matter how many times you go downstairs and outside to the smoking area to take a fake cigarette break because you don't smoke, right? Your flow is done for the day. So, what do you do about it? Is there a way to gather it back up and try to get flowing again? Well, sure there is. Just because the log falls down over inside to the creek next to the rocks and it dams up the water for a little bit, doesn't mean the water's going to stop flowing forever. Sooner or later, the water's going to catch up to the top level of that log and it's going to spill over the top, and guess what? It's going to start flowing again. That's how you have to approach this. You have to find that little place, right, where you can settle in, be by yourself for a moment. And some traditions, they do breathing exercise. Settle the mind. Right? Other traditions, they tell you to jump right in and do a bunch of work and get your mind off of the situation. That's what your mom would have told you. Hey, go think about something else. Well, in certain situations, you can't think about something else because you're stuck on it. Right? So, what do? This is what I do. I just let it flow. Let it flow, let it go. If it doesn't affect my life instantaneously right now, and it has no effect or no direct bearing on Bay and her life, then to me it's meaningless chatter that just goes right across the window. Because the reality of it is, Susan down in the county, she's not mad at you, right? But you're the one that's going to have to fix this mess that somebody else made. Right? So why allow Susan's anger to pump you up, to get you mad, so you think, hey man, I screwed this. You didn't screw this up. Right? The person that screwed this up is right there on the paperwork. You can read their name. You probably, boss has probably been watching their email account for the last 6 months, wondering when they're going to fire him anyway. What? But just let it flow. Just let it go. If it doesn't directly affect you right now, or your performance, or anything that you're doing, no matter what it is, you just got to let it go and keep on going. Flow with it. Water runs downhill, they say. Yeah. But I've seen rivers that run backwards. Look at the Nile. The Nile doesn't run from the top of Egypt down. The Nile runs from the bottom of Egypt up. There's a couple of rivers in Russia that do the same thing. Understand? So, hey, flow is which way it goes. Now, I'm going to cut you in here before I sign off on a little secret to all of this. It kind of goes like this. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to recognize this situation as soon as I start explaining it. Let's just say if one morning you wake up and you find yourself smack dab in the middle of the situation, after you check your phone, you look at your email, you see all the incoming stuff, you find yourself smack dab in the middle of a situation where you have absolutely no control over the outcome of what happens. At this point, most people will panic and they'll try to do everything they can to control the situation so it doesn't get any farther out of control. Well, I'm here to tell you, my friends, flow. I'm here to tell you. Right? The harder you try to control that situation or contain it to try to keep it from getting out of control, the farther out of control it's going to go. At this point, when you realize that you have no control over any given situation, you need to let it go, because you can't, it's going to play out the way it's going to play out. Control is a tenuous thing to begin with. So just let it go, see what happens. Odds are, it's going to skip right past you and ain't even going to affect you in your daily flow. Thank you.